Hey folks, today we're going to talk about a little bit of safety stuff, fire suits, and kind of the development of them and where they come from and kind of what we do today. In the early days of racing, it was pretty much blue jeans, t-shirts, those guys were tough and rumble tumble and just hop in the car and go. But even in the early 20s, there was a company called Henchman that was making racing suits. Now these suits were not fire retardant in any way. Initially suits development kind of turned into thinking about keeping the driver cool. But as cars got faster, the crashes got bigger, fire became a much bigger problem. But the first thing the drivers started doing way back was soaking their suits in all kinds of different chemicals, basically to kind of make them somewhat flame retardant. 50s and 60s, the crashes kept getting bigger, more and more people were getting hurt, many drivers losing their lives, and it was kind of in the 60s there that a guy named Bill Simpson and Jim Deist, who were huge in the development of parachutes that we run today. These designs, Bill Simpson and Jim Deist had a lot to do with it, and they continued to make parachutes and make them better, but what they really started focusing on was fire suits. As fire suits really got going, Bill Simpson and Deist came out with an aluminized suit. These suits had basically an aluminum look to them, and it made them a little bit better in fires. It gave you just a little more time to try to get out of the cars, and they really got with the program and really started making this. And in 1964, NHRA actually mandated the use of fire suits. But what's really cool, Bill Simpson was working with NASA. A little bit to do with the umbilical cords, with the Apollo program, different sort of things Bill Simpson was doing at the time. And he met a guy named Pete Conrad, who was an Apollo astronaut. Pete Conrad introduced Bill Simpson to the DuPont company and their product called Nomex. It's now kind of a common thing that fire suits are made out of Nomex, and Bill Simpson very famously trying to promote how good his fire suits were actually has set himself on fire many times. Bill Simpson was huge in the development of all this stuff, and a lot of racers to this day, including myself, use some Simpson products. Right here you'll see that we've got the gloves that we wear, made out of a Nomex product. These are Simpson gloves. I wear a Kevlar based glove inside of my big gloves. A fire sock, which actually goes over the top of my head before I put my helmet on. And then here's my big old fire suit. This is an Alliance Racewear fire suit. It is a 20-layer suit. NHRA, according to what classes you in, require different layers of material. If you're in a slower car, you don't have to wear a SFI 20 suit. And so these suits, while a lot of times are bulky and somewhat uncomfortable, but we always try to make them look good. This suit looks awesome. It's got all of our sponsors on it. Really are, we're proud of our fire suits, but when it's really hot outside, sometimes it's like, oh man, I got to put that 20-layer suit on and sit in the car for a little while. But the thing is, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And one of the other things we do is we wear Nomex underwear, tops and bottoms. Myself, I actually wear 2 pair of Nomex based socks, high top shoes that are actually somewhat fire resistant as well. Suits have developed and changed over the years, and they continue to develop and change over the year. And it is a good thing. I mean, nobody wants to get burned. It's a horrible thing, but guys like Bill Simpson, Deist, Henchman, they've all worked in development of making these cars safer. And if we do have something bad happen, we've got this kind of equipment on to help protect us. And guys, really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much for watching this. We'll see you again soon.